Hi guys, before I start the video, I want to read a few things that my staff actually sent to me to brief me about this car. Alright, it is the best selling amongst this segment, amongst its competitor in Malaysia. Alright, it is the best selling in Malaysia amongst its competitors, and it is also the winner of last year's Vehicle of the Year and also Car of the Year award. Okay, in the 7-seater family category. Okay, and it is also the best 7-seater category winner in Indonesia, in Vietnam, and in Philippines. And it has the largest interior space amongst its competing competitors, and the longest wheelbase, and the most well-specced, because it has Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, 360 camera, leather seats, and the only one amongst its competition to have a second row and third row that can fully fold flat. Not bad. And the turning circle is only 5.2 meters. Oh, last one. It has a 5-year warranty and unlimited mileage. Unlimited mileage is important for those who balik kampung, or those who drive from Kuching to KK back and forth, right? Those who pile up a lot of mileage within their first 5 years of ownership. And it only has a 1.5 liter engine, which is totally enough from what it is. I think this car is very well packaged. Can you guess now? Let's look at the car. This is another thing that its competition doesn't have. Okay, it's a 1.5 liter car. I don't expect a lot of speed, of course, but its main purpose for being a car like this is again serving its purpose as a low running cost to run, cheap to buy, and practicality. Just goes. I mean, this type of drivetrain usually they go easily with small 5-seater sedans, but this is a 7-seater crossover. That means I ride as high as a CX-5. It has 205 mm of ground clearance, so parking by the roadside with 2 wheels down on the grass or crossing speed bumps like these, no worries at all. And I like how they designed the front end to be slanted instead of having a bulky, chunky chin that would just crack when you hit anything. I mean, with that, right, it really gives you the approach angle that you can maximize with the right height. Certain cars have the right height, but because the approach angle isn't there, they can't, right? Because the furthest tip of your bumper to where your tires touch the ground, you draw a line there. That's your approach angle. That's your real world ground clearance. Let's turn left. Suspension is good. I still remember Con was driving this in Ulu Yam, and at first he was approaching it with moderate speeds, but after a few turns he picked up speed and maintained it there. That's a sign of a good handling car. Usually you would do that. You're like, hey, you drive a little bit faster and faster and faster, and then you don't really back off the throttle when it comes to a bend, because the car holds itself well there, and then you enjoy the drive. That's usually how it goes. Turning circle, very good turning circle, 5.2 meters. It's a good car. It's a very good car. I like it when I see car manufacturers put in effort to make cars like these that serves a real purpose, saves fuel, carries the entire family, can do anything with it. I mean, you can run a small business with this. You can sell your nasi lemak or your roadside spaghetti, carbonara or whatnot off this car, right? Because all the seats at the back can fold flat, right? You can put so much stuff behind. An Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, and 360 camera, and I can turn on the cameras while I'm driving. I like this. I like this. Good. Brakes feel good. It doesn't suddenly bite. Yeah. And for a segment, I don't expect it to have the most high resolution 360 camera. I want it to be usable, and it has to be usable. At least the things that I see, I can understand. Say for example, this side view. Some cars, they only show you the side view and nothing else. This one shows you the side view and a drawing of the footprint of your car. You know, it overlays onto whatever visual it has. So it gives me an understanding and a context of what I'm looking at. That's the front of my car, that's the side mirror, and then that's the end of my car. Yeah. Not many cars do that. Alright? Cheers. Okay, let's start from the driver's seats. Okay? And let's give you a look through on its interior. Now let's go through every single feature first. Alright? This is a multi-information display that changes the screen. Okay? And this one activates the camera. You can activate it anytime when you're driving. Alright, this is the reverse view. Oh, sorry, this is the front view. And this is the front view with a 360. And then this is the side. Not bad. It keeps the 360 view, so you know the context. And this is back to the front and back to that. This is the right side. Oh, there's an arrow that shows you which side you're looking at. Very good. Yeah. And then you toggle back here. And this one supports Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. Okay. And down here, you have the start button. This is powered adjustments of your mirror. Down here, you can adjust the headlamps up and down, the height, and you can turn traction control off if you want to. Alright, it has automatic headlamps, so just keep it there. You don't have to change it. So you know, all these modern meters, they light up. So a lot of cars, we notice that they're driving at night, this one light up, they thought their headlamps are on, so you won't have such problem with this. Alright, here you have cruise control, and then here you have on the steering wheel itself to accept phone calls or reject phone calls, or just call someone with your voice. And then here, the wiper, there's also auto mode, okay, which is very good. Up here you have manual aircon vents, very easy to operate. You can change the modes easily. Volume, where to blow air, and how cold or how hot is the air. Simple. In fact, Malaysians who has climate control also use it in this manner. Right? They always adjust it. Alright. And then up here you have a dash cam. Very good. And in terms of the design and build, it has a mixture of materials, makes it more exciting to look at instead of just one swath of black. And I like the seats with the stitching, you know, it gives you a more sophisticated look than the usual just straight lines and very bare minimum. Of course, the lights are here, mirrors over here. No mirrors, but you get a little card holder over here. In terms of storage, it is actually pretty impressive. Here you have a very large glove box, large enough for tissue box and all that, bottle of water and all that. Over here you have a very convenient storage space to put your wallet for your passengers, to put their wallet or their phones, you know, some other stuffs. Is very convenient. even for a pack of, you know, soft packet of tissue over here. The door bins as well, they are very practical. Over here you have two USB ports. You have what looks like a compartment for your phone, so you can put one phone over here, plug it in. You can put a second phone here, right, or a wallet, or you can also open up this, okay, to put some little small stuff, a card or whatnot, shillings, right? It's covered so that you can put things on top. Very convenient. And then here you get 12-volt socket. Behind the gear lever you have the cup holders, 1, 2. You can put bottles as well. And then here you get a tray that you can put your stuff, and a rather deep center armrest console. Very usable, much more usable than the usual B segment sedans that this car is priced against. Okay, and over here you get look at the door bin. It's not full length, all right. It's designed for you to put your stuffs properly, okay, but it's actually wide enough, right? But the usage of it is designed to put your bottles and all that, okay. And here you can put your wallet. It's not a pass-through, all right. Visibility wise, it is actually very good because this is a crossover ride height. So this is my eye level view. Okay, my last round driving this car was when we're doing the charity of giving out mattresses, you know, and then me and Con was surprised with the handling of this car, because around those Uluyam roads it handled really well. For a tall riding crossover, that is pretty impressive. All right, the seats are moderate for cars of this segment. It has some bolsters over here, and this part rounds downwards, so it's comfortable for your thighs. All right, and in terms of footrest positioning, it's good. We have a very comfortable footrest, and then the sitting position is good. And something unique from its segment, it also has telescopic steering, which is not available in a lot of cars at this price point. Okay, let's go to the second row. Second row is massive. Of course, this being an MPV, right? But the footprint isn't that big. It is not crazy big. All right, so 5'11", and I have ample of room. All right, slot my feet underneath, and I want to show you guys this, but first I need to take my phone over, because this is really good. It shows effort. All right, see that? See that? That's effort. This is not okay. This is another pocket. So for rear seat passengers, this is actually a godsend, because a lot of rear seat passengers, right, apart from having this, oh my, color me surprise. Look at that. That is huge. That means it's definitely designed knowing that you may want to put your stuffs here, right? Be it your wallet or your phone or even your tablet. All right, and then down here, the door bins for the rear doors are exactly like the ones of the front doors. Bottles, 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 or snacks, bottles, snacks. Very convenient. And then this one, because it's not the usual one where, you know, the armrest that folds up. The armrest that folds up may be convenient for front passengers, but they're not convenient for rear passengers, right? Rear passengers almost have no access to them because of how the hinge was designed. That's why they did this, so the rear passengers can use as well. And if you close it, you can put stuffs on top as well. They'll be catched by this, so they won't fall off that easily. very, very thoughtful. Okay, same goes to this side. You get the pockets, right? You get the pockets over there. Put your stuffs on top. And yes, your full independent air conditioning system at the back. Independent from the front. Alright, the front is on low air volume. This one you can blow high volume. Okay, let me put it moderate. And then up here you got these type of soft spring-loaded handles. Pretty premium in a way, right? And for this segment usually they have a static one, and then here you have a hanger. Okay, over this side as well you have that as well. And then these are the seats for the middle row, and that's the third row. This one, if I fold it down, it's a nice armrest for the passengers in the second row, so it's actually pretty comfortable. And if you look at the seat angle that I'm sitting on, this is a pretty good seat angle. Okay, see that? Pretty comfortable at the back here. And this full length armrest, full length, goes all the way back. Means I can have a very, very relaxing ride at the back here, and with a very nice big and wide armrest and tons of headroom. Oh, this back seat is good. Let's go to the third row. Okay, I continue in the second row because a lot of you might have thought that, hey, this is a 3-row crossover 7-seater. Of course, the second rows are adjustable, right? Now I have pushed both seats to maximize all the way to the front. I cannot move it anymore, alright? So it's not like I purposely move it all the way back to show it's spacious and then move it all the way front to show the third rows are usable. This is maximum. I cannot move it anymore, but I still get really, really good leg room. Okay, it is still a car that I can slouch. That makes a fundamental difference, alright? When you are a true 7-seater, right? When you have someone behind you and you are still able to slouch and sit comfortably, is very, very important. Okay, and of course the visibility of this second row is also very good because of the wide and big windows. Really wide and big windows. Okay, let me zoom all the way up. Whoa! Hey, almost goes all the way down. This is a huge panel of glass. Okay, you better put some proper safety tints. Alright, let's go to the third row. Okay guys, I folded up the second row to show you how the third row looks like when it's collapsed. At first when I saw it, I thought like, hey, the cushion is actually pretty near to the floor. I thought the cushion is very low to the floor until, let me show you something. Now I put back the second row, let it. As I fold the seat up, look at how the cushion also raised. The cushion gets raised, so you get a proper seat height. Okay, that's really good. And then I noticed the seat backs are actually pretty straight. And given that there are no longer any room at the back there with this raise up, actually there is still quite a bit for bags, but it's not the luggage capacity that is capable of. Then I noticed this is pretty straight, and I was like, okay, I get it, it's the third row. Then I thought, hey, maybe I can pull this to angle this down. Little did I notice, I'm gonna put it here so you see both sides of the cushion. Take notice on the back, the bottom cushion. I'm gonna do this again. Okay, see, just now it was like this, right? And then it came up here, and then now I pull the strap. As I pull the strap, look at the bottom cushion. not only does this angle down, this one goes up further, angles up further. It means it's giving me a very nice, comfortable sitting position as well. Let me try this now by putting back the second row. I'm now in the third row of this small 7-seater crossover, compact size, and look at how I'm sitting. I get a full armrest, a full length armrest as well, and I'm in a slanted sitting position. I still get like 3 fingers of headroom, but the most important thing is that my sitting position is slanted. Look at my legs. I'm not doing that. You know how a lot of 7-seater, when you sit at the third row, you go like that? No, I'm not. I'm sitting normally. Do you notice that? And I still get this for the third row. Because sometimes, especially us adults, we would want to sit that way sometimes. And I get proper visibility with a nice window, and I'm seeing a lot of storage here. Let me get my phone. I'm amazed. Sorry, the aircon made me sneeze just now. First off, I get a bottle holder or a cup holder. Secondly, I can put my phone, and there's a cut off over here. Okay. Ta-da! Hey, this is not bad. And I get a 12-volt socket to charge my device. And my seatbelts are just here. So it's actually a very normal kind of sitting position that even an adult like me, as big size as me, can be comfortable with. I'm amazed with how clever the design of this car is. And look at my feet. I can slot underneath the second row. Nice. And now let's talk about how does the third row passenger goes out of this car, goes out from this position. See, a lot of cars, they have the handle that pulls, or they have something that you pull, right? But the natural motion is that you want to push this. So they designed the lever. Let me show you. Oh, this whole thing is actually, see that? I just softly touch it, the whole thing collapses and it unlocks the hinge down here, and it's now balanced. I can lift it with very little force. That means a children or any petite lady can just push it up. Why? Because this makes it easy for the third row to go in and out. See? It's so easy now to go in and out of the car. I think this is clever. So by making it tumble, and after it's tumbled, it's balanced by a spring, it makes it really, really easy to go to the third row. And the third row has a proper adult sitting position. You look at the floor height versus the seat height, right? So this is properly designed. Very, very clever. Let's try and collapse the third row now. So I pull this lever. Voila! This is clever. This is clever. Alright. Let's go to the boot. And it's down. See? If I push it back down, and look at that. So it's the only one within its competing segment that can fold the third row and the second row down. Very, very nice. And what do we have here? Woo! We get more storage space down here for, you know, your laptops or important stuff that you just don't want people to gawk at from outside, right? You can hide them underneath here, and it's well designed, well compartmentalized. All right, very nice design. I think this is the reason why this car won so many awards. And then you see here, they maximize every single space available. This, you can put a whole backpack over here. All right, you can actually put quite some, you know, maybe the more stuffs here, your shopping goods and all that. And this is actually a plastic area. So that means you can go to the market, you have some plastic bags with some little, you know, some wet water or whatnot. You can put it there and you can wipe it later. Okay? So I guess I know why now this car sells so well and wins so many awards, because it's clever. It is actually pretty clever. And to pull this up, I don't even need to press this or whatnot. I just lift it. Very clever again. Just lift it. And there's a lever down here to move the seat to the back. I guess most people would use it this way. Let's put it in a mode whereby when you are not carrying extra passengers, the amount of boot space you have, you can put a bicycle here, I tell you. When you're not carrying any extra passengers, look at the amount of boot space that you have. This is again another very, very good package car. The packaging of this car is done really well. Okay, so this is how it looks like for the second row. This is more space than the E-Class or 5 Series, let me tell you. Alright, more than a GLC, more than an X3 if we're talking about premium cars. Okay, and this is not a very large car. So this car is a compact size crossover that carries 7 person in comfort, that has so much luggage space. Second row and third row can fold flat. Bi-LEDs in front. I guess no wonder it sells so well here. It also sells so well in Indonesia, in Philippines and Vietnam. I think it makes sense. As a one and only family car, right, it sort of is the kind of car that does everything, right? And it doesn't cost a lot. It's only 90,000, 90-ish, okay? And per month installment is only 900 plus. And it is the kind of car that carries an entire family, right? That goes anywhere, do anything, and it's good looking. Look at that. It's a good looking car. And it's not difficult to park. Why? Because it's not a very big car from outside, but inside it is massive. First row, second row, third row. Properly designed. I think that's why it's the best-selling crossover family 7-seater in its segment. Alright, because it competes with what? It competes with the Honda BR-V. It competes with the Toyota Rush. Okay? Cheers.
When I switched to Pro Mileage, in my case, I got 46-47% of savings for that car.
Pro Mileage was the only one that gave me 5,000 extra value to cover, yet still cheaper, a lot less. A lot less.
Replay 8.